show you. Reside in this land as an alien, and I will be with you, and will bless you. For to you and your descendants I will give all these lands, and I will fulfill the oath that I swore to your father Abraham."
So Isaac trusted in the word of the Lord, and settled in Gerar, the land of the Philistines. When the men of Gerar asked him about Rebekah, he was afraid to say she was his wife. "Because she is so attractive," he thought, "the men might kill me for her sake." So he told them she was his sister. When Isaac had been in Gerar a long time, one day King Abimelech looked out and saw Isaac caressing Rebekah. He called for Isaac and said, "So she is your wife? Why then did you say she was your sister?" Isaac then explained that he was fearful that if he said she was his wife, he might be killed for her sake. Abimelech was upset with Isaac. "What have you done to us? One of the people might easily have lain with your wife, and you would have brought guilt upon us." But sensing the hand of the Lord, Abimelech warned all the people, "Whoever touches this man or his wife shall be put to death." The Lord blessed Isaac so abundantly that his crops reaped 100-fold, and he became very wealthy. From there, Isaac went up to Beersheba, where the Lord appeared to him. In Genesis 26:24, the Lord said to him,
"I am the God of your father Abraham. Do not be afraid, for I am with you, and will bless you and make your offspring numerous, for my servant Abraham's sake."
In Genesis 27:1, we read of Isaac as old and rather feeble. His eyes were dim so that he could not see. He called to his firstborn and favorite son, Esau, for he wanted to give him his blessing. To understand the full impact of this story, it is important to know that according to ancient belief, blessings or curses were powerful acts because they had the power to produce the intended results. A blessing, once given, could neither be withdrawn nor given to another, for it came from God. Here is where God's prophecy to Rebekah before her sons were born is fulfilled. The elder shall serve the younger. Isaac told Esau to take his weapons and hunt game, and then prepare a savory dish for him before he gave him his blessing. Rebekah overheard Isaac's instructions to Esau and quickly devised a plan so that Jacob, her favorite son, would receive the blessing from Isaac. She told Jacob to choose 2 choice kids from the household flock and bring them to her, so that she might prepare savory food for Isaac. She then explained to Jacob, "You shall take it to your father to eat, so that he may bless you before he dies." But Jacob was fearful that his father would see through the deception. "Look," he said, "my brother Esau is a hairy man, and I am a man of smooth skin. If my father were to feel me, he would know I was Jacob, not Esau, and he'd bring his curse upon me rather than his blessing." "Let your curse be on me," she said. "Obey my word and get them for me." And so it was that Jacob got them, and Rebekah prepared savory food, just as Isaac loved. For his disguise, Rebekah took some of Esau's finest clothes and put them on Jacob. She put the skins of the kids on his wrists and hands, and on the smooth part of his neck. When Rebekah was satisfied that Jacob would appear hairy to Isaac, she handed him the savory food she had prepared. Jacob entered the tent and called to his father. "My father," he said. "Who are you, my son?" asked the old man. "I am Esau, your firstborn. I have done as you told me. Now sit up and eat of my gain, so that you may bless me." Isaac was suspicious. "How is it you hunted the game and cooked it so quickly, my son?" And Jacob answered, "Because the Lord your God granted me success. Come near, that I may feel you, my son, to know whether or not you are really my son Esau." So Jacob went up close to him. Isaac felt his hands and said, "The voice is Jacob's voice, but The hands are the hands of Esau. Are you really my son Esau? And Jacob answered, I am. He then gave his father the food and wine, and his father ate and drank. After having eaten, Isaac said to Jacob, Come near and kiss me, my son. Jacob came near and kissed him, and Isaac smelled the smell of Esau's clothing. And now, convinced he was Esau, he gave Jacob his blessing. No sooner had Isaac finished blessing Jacob than his brother Esau returned from his hunting. When Esau went in to his father with the food he had prepared, Isaac asked, Who are you? Esau answered, I am your firstborn son, Esau. Isaac then realized he had been deceived, and he asked Esau, Who was it then that hunted game and brought it to me before you came, and I have blessed him? Yes, and blessed he shall be. When Esau heard his father's words, he cried out with an exceedingly great and bitter cry, and pleaded with his father, Bless me also, father. But Isaac said, Your brother came deceitfully, and he has stolen your blessing. He has supplanted me twice, cried Esau. First he took away my birthright, and now he has taken away my blessing. Have you not reserved a blessing for me? Then Isaac answered Esau's plea. I have already made him your lord, and I have given him all his brothers as servants, with grain and wine to sustain him. What then can I do for you, my son? Have you only one blessing? Cried Esau. Bless me also, father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. There was nothing Isaac could do. The deed was done, and Esau had lost the blessing he should have received as the firstborn son. Now Esau hated Jacob for what he had done, and Esau vowed that once his father died, he would kill Jacob. Esau's threat reached Rebekah, and she explained to Jacob, Your brother is consoling himself by planning to kill you. She then instructed Jacob to flee at once to Haran, where he could stay with her brother Laban. Until Esau forgets what you have done to him, then I will send for you and bring you back from there. Why should I lose both of you in one day? Then Isaac called Jacob and once again blessed him, and ordered him not to marry any of the Canaanite women, but to go at once to Padan Aram and take one of the daughters of Rebekah's brother Laban as a wife. Jacob then left Beersheba and headed toward Haran, and it was on this journey that he experienced an astonishing heavenly vision. He had traveled about 12 miles in the wilderness to the north of what is now called Jerusalem. When the sun had set, he chose a place to rest, and he picked up one of the stones for a pillow, put it under his head, and fell asleep. He dreamed there was a ladder suspended between heaven and earth, and the angels of God were ascending and descending on it. And the Lord stood beside him. And in Genesis 28:13, he said to Jacob,
I am the Lord, the God of Abraham your father, and the God of Isaac. The land on which you lie I will give to you and to your offspring. And your offspring shall be like the dust of the earth. And you shall spread abroad to the west, and to the east, and to the north, and to the south. And all the families of the earth shall be blessed in you and in your offspring. Know that I am with you, and will keep you wherever you go, and will bring you back to this land, for I will not leave you until I have done what I have promised you.
When Jacob awoke from his sleep, he said, How awesome is this place! This is none other than the house of God, and this is the gate of heaven. He anointed with oil the stone upon which he had slept, setting it apart for God's use, and named the place Bethel, meaning house of God. He also vowed to give God 1/10 of his earnings, or a tithe, if he were, as God had promised, to return safely to Canaan.